I don't know why people like Kid Laroi. I guess people don't really listen to the lyrics of his songs. I mean, I'm sure he's not a bad person in real life, but the character he portrays in his music, well, it's not a great dude. Look, I'm not gonna trash this dude's legacy for nothing, so if this video can smash 500 likes, I'll write my own Kid Laroi song, and it'll probably be better than his, but 500 likes, Kid Laroi song, let's go. Sometimes, songs mean different things compared to what people initially think. The obvious example is Hey Ya by Outkast. But the fact that Laroi isn't hidden by fancy writing or wordplay, most of his songs are so shallowly written that you only have to listen to the lyrics once to understand this. I guess this is just another example of a bad song being saved by good beats. Just like the poorly written song Mood by 24kGoldn. I'm only covering a few songs because I'm not gonna melt my brain listening to hours of this trash. So, if you don't know, the Kid Laroi is an emo rapper who popped up after a song called Let It Go and a feature with Juice WRLD. Admittedly, that's another person that this same topic can be applied to. Laroi's songs are pretty regularly heard behind TikToks as well, most notably his song Without You, which seems to be an emo soundtrack, and Stay, a song that is used in the background of TikToks made by girls to describe guys that lied to them and cheated on them in relationships, which should probably be a pretty red flag, but apparently not. The song is still really popular. So what's my problem with Laroi? Easy, he's a terrible person. I mean, not him specifically. He could be a great person, but the character he portrays in his music is not a great person. We'll go through some examples, but to say it quickly, he fucks up the relationship by being a terrible person and then blames or manipulates the other person. Honestly, not a great look. My first example is the first song I heard of his, Without You. You may remember this song because it got a remix with Miley Cyrus that, well, wasn't really that great. It felt like she sang a verse and then they cut and pasted her in with a blunt hatchet. I particularly remember this song because I had gone through a bad breakup with my ex treating me horribly, so I had a bit of a resentment there for her. So I was like, hell yeah, this guy gets screwed over by his girl too. I can relate to this song. I listened to it, and because it played so much on the radio, I listened to it more. And then I actually listened to the words. So, if we look at the words, he says, fuck all your reasons, I lost my shit, you know I didn't mean it. You can defend that by saying it was reactionary, and she did something first. That would explain why he's calling her a hoe. Maybe she cheated on him. That works. But this next line really confuses me. He says, I'll never find the words to say I'm sorry, but I'm scared to be alone. Maybe he wants to say sorry for calling her a hoe because she cheated. But then why is he scared to say sorry? Clearly he wants to say sorry because if he apologizes she'll stay and he won't be alone. But if he wants her to stay, then why is he calling her hoe? This makes no sense. Also, if she cheated on him, why would he want her to stay? My timeline is, Laroi did something to the girl. The girl decided to leave. He wants to apologize so she won't leave, but then she leaves anyway, so he calls her a hoe out of retaliation. It makes more sense than him wanting to apologize to a girl that maybe cheated on him. It's a bit ambiguous, and he might say the girl was at fault first, but it's not like how when Ava Max tried to defend Sweet But Psycho by saying it's about how guys call girls crazy, when the song clearly states how the girl in the song is gonna murder somebody because she's like a yandere or something. Ava, just own it. It's a cool concept for a song, but no matter how you spin it, the character in Without You is not a great person. The second song is Stay, a very popular song right now. We're just going to look at the genius description and point out how wrong it is. It says that Laroi wishes for the forgiveness of his partner. Okay, remember that. It's important. The song opens by Laroi saying he does the same thing he said he never would, and that he'd change. He needs her to stay. The boy does sound desperate, but let's break that down a bit. Clearly he's already messed it up, and then miraculously he's convinced the girl to come back. Then he's kept doing the same thing to mess it up, whether that be cheating, gambling, or lying to her. He's clearly not above the last one. The first verse goes on to say how he was drunk the last night and he woke up still drunk. Also, he doesn't want the girl to go. And that's it. Now, I want to go over something that bothers me about this song. There's nothing to it. After the first verse, there is some oh woes, and then the chorus is repeated twice. Then there is Bieber's verse, and he has a more genuine angle, where he went through a bad relationship and doesn't want to ruin it for himself. But then they both sing the hook, and now it sounds like they're both prepared to lie to the girl. So are they both terrible people? Bieber at least sounds like he'd only do it if he has to, but Laroi saved this whole relationship with lies. It's definitely a terrible character that is portrayed in this song. Okay, so why did I say the genius description was important? Well, because the description's wrong. It says that he wishes for the forgiveness of his partner. In the song, he's clearly already got it. She's already come back, and now he's still doing the same thing. That's why he's a terrible character. He's doing the same thing again that ruined the relationship the first time. He can't change, won't change for the girl, and then he'll just lie to her and say that he's doing it. But again, that just shows how he's a terrible person. Another character that's portrayed poorly. The next song is the song that started it all, Go, which is a Juice WRLD song that Laroi features on. This is ironic because if you listen to the words of the song Lucid Dream by Juice WRLD, the guy is clearly stalking his ex-girlfriend that he can't get over. The sad rap genre is extra creepy, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. But in the song, the both of them seem to be hung up with the girls in a stage 5 clinical sort of way. The terrible character is seen when Laroi describes how he got into a relationship with a girl he was presumably lying so he could fuck. Then he catches feeling for her and describes it as being stuck with her. Charming, isn't it? The song then goes on with Juice WRLD saying he'll homicide for the girl. I mean, why? Why describe it like that? I mean, it isn't the worst song compared to the previous songs and the last song, but my main criticism of Laroi is that his songs are shallow. He hasn't said a lot, so there's not much to criticize, and that is including the vague hook in the song. But what I did learn from researching all of this is that Juice WRLD was his mentor. That explains a lot about Laroi's character that he portrays in songs and all the sad rap songs that he's made. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Sorry for trashing Legacy. Your biggest hit is still super creepy. Before the last song, we're going to give one honorable mention. Honorable mentions go to the song So Dumb. I'm not going to go super into depth about this one, mostly because it just confused me. Laroi opens the song by saying that he screwed up. Some things are better said than done, and that he finished this before it began. Okay, so it sounds like he did something bad. But then he goes on to say for the rest of the song that the girl was toying with him emotionally and causing all of his pain. Is anybody else confused by this, or am I the only one? Sure, you can say he messed up by getting into the relationship with the girl. But then how did he finish this before it all began? Does this conflict with the rest of the song? Yes. Am I reading too in depth into a shallowly written song? Also yes. The last song, and the most egregious in my opinion, Still Chose You. Yet again, it's another song about love and relationships. This one is at the beginning of a relationship. Newly blossoming love is so sweet. So let's look at all the wonderful things Laroi has to say about it. All of these hoes and I still chose you. This isn't just one line in the song that I plucked out. This is in the hook. This line repeats in the song about 6 or so times. He's making the message very clear. He's telling the girl that he should consider herself lucky that he chose her, and the fact that he is in her life is an absolute blessing. He could leave at any moment and have any of these other girls. I'm not sure how it's so twisted in his mind that this is a romantic thing to say to a girl. Perhaps he's trying to say it like she's better than all those other girls that swarm him. However, it comes off as the complete opposite, saying that she should consider herself lucky, as any of these other girls could be better. Also, he's calling them hoes, making it sound like that he only wants them for sex. This clearly shows all the worth that you put on your current girl. Finally, to end the hook, he swore he'd never fall in love again. So that begs the question, was she magic for making him fall, or was she a mistake? Kid Laroi portrays a character in his music that is a terrible human being. Sometimes the character is abusive, manipulative, or simply doesn't care. I'm just saying this about the character he portrays in his music. I'm sure he isn't like this in real life. I hope he isn't like this in real life. But how wrong do you think I am? Let me know in the comments. Remember, smash that like button because we get 500 likes and I will write a Kid Laroi song. And also subscribe so you can see the video where I actually write it. I've been Kamatan. Thanks for watching, and remember, don't hate Kid Laroi, just hate the music.